Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and I'm here with a Pauper League today, and I'm going to be playing another Wild NACATL deck. This is Zoo Midrange. This is Naya Midrange. So I'm stoked. I'll get into this deck tech, but first, real quick, let me shout out my channel. It's youtube.com/snapbolt. There's a link in the description below to subscribe. If you like my content, consider supporting me by subscribing. I really appreciate that. Throw a like on this video. And you can also ring the bell if you want to see when my new content comes out. That helps me out too. Any of the above helps me. So thank you so much. I appreciate any support if you want to give it. Okay, now let's just get right into this video. This is just going to be a Naya mid-range deck. We're going to run it through a league as usual. And I played this really aggressive brew with the Wild NACATL, and it was like green-red mid-range. And the card that impressed me was Wild NACATL, but I wanted to play this card in the same shell basically, but in the really aggressive version, I didn't want to play a 4 mana card. And I really like Boarding Party, but just the Cascade cards in general. So I was like, maybe I can brew something like that's a little more mid-rangey than the other Cascade decks playing Wild NACATL, because even if I Cascade into it, it's still like a 3/3, it's still a fine hit. And this is what I came to. So again, we're just turning on Wild NACATL naturally by just basically playing Highland Forest, Arctic Tree Line, Alpine Meadow. So these duels that have basic land types. We can also just Ash Barrens for mountain or plains if we need to. But Wild NACATL is often not going to like start out on, turn 2 as a 3/3, but it becomes a 3/3 relatively consistently pretty quickly. I've played a league or two with this deck. And it gets turned on reasonably quickly, and I think it's just a solid threat that's a cheap thing to deploy. Um, we have Abundant Growth to really help fix our mana, and it's really good with Core Skyfisher. So Skyfisher is actually pretty solid in this deck because we have Thraben and Abundant Growth, which are the two main bounce targets for Skyfisher. But look at this deck. Look at how crazy this is. Abundant Growth draws a card. Thraben Inspector makes a clue, which draws a card. Let's not cut one. Core Skyfisher can bounce those two, but it can also bounce Llanowar Visionary, which draws a card. Packmate draws a card. Commodore gives you the, it's not, I'm trying to make the cards bigger. Commodore, you become the monarch, you draw a card at end of turn, so that draws a card. Boarding Party essentially draws a card and plays it because it has Cascade. So everything draws a card except for Wild NACATL, Scred, and Bolt, basically, because even Core Skyfisher often ends up drawing a card. So the deck is really like redundant in that sense, where everything is like drawing more cards. So it's a pretty strong mid-range deck with good removal spells in Scred and Bolt. So I think the deck is reasonable. The mana is a little bit of an issue, but Abundant Growth goes a long way. So when you draw Abundant Growth, the mana is fine, and when you don't, it can be kind of rough. Again, I don't like playing other bad cards to enable NACATL. Like there's the 2 mana Enchant Land, where Enchant Land gains every basic land type. But I'm not going full domain. I'm not going Tribal Flames. I'm just playing the better cards in Bolt and Scred, which honestly are, again, just better than Tribal Flames, I think, most of the time, because they cost 1 mana rather than 2. And then we're just naturally turning on NACATL just by being a Naya deck. So this card, Shrek, has, I keep getting cards, so funny. Shrek has really impressed me. This card is just strong because it hits so hard. Like the 5/2 is actually really good. So I've liked it a lot. And that's basically the deck. Again, we're just kind of like a Jund deck, but we're Naya and we're playing Wild NACATL. So we're a little more, it's kind of like Jund, but we're a little bit more aggressive than that. But it's a similar feel, not as grindy, but again, we have aspects of aggression with like NACATL into Skyfisher draws. And then we just have a lot of good removal. In the sideboard, a couple of Ray of Revelation. I actually really like this card because it's good against like the Aura decks, but it's also just good to bring in against like Journey to Nowhere decks. So it has some modality and like the matchups it can come in. 2 Gorilla Shaman because the artifact dual lands aren't out yet from Modern Horizons 2 that have Indestructible, so this card's still really good against Affinity. We'll get into more Modern Horizons 2 spoilers at some point, but shout out if you want some of those, because I want to go through and talk about some of those cards. We'll do that in more depth once there's some more spoilers, though. 3 Pyroblast, an Ancient Grudge to go along with the Shamans, 2 Cleansing Wildfires for Tron, couple Cannonades, which are actually really good in the deck, and potentially could even be in the main, because it only kills Inspector and Visionary, but Wild NACATL, Skyfisher, Packmate, Commodore even, and Boarding Party all live through Cannonade. So Cannonade is actually really strong in this deck, and then Triple Weather for burn. But that's where we are, and let's just get right into it. Let's go round one. Hey, we're against Nichols in round one, and it's nice to play against an opponent who I don't know. I don't believe I played Nichols before, and the Pauper community is pretty small on Magic Online, so it's nice to play against somebody new. This is an easy mulligan. I wanted to say 4 boarding party, 21 land is pretty greedy. It should probably be 3 boarding party, 22 land, but everything in the deck draws cards, and I've been fine hitting land drops and getting up to boarding parties, so I really want to draw boarding party all the time, and I've been okay doing so. Oh man, these hands are bad. Like I'm going Skyfisher and then bounce for no value, and then Skyfisher bounce for no value again. But I do have a functional 6 here. I think I'm supposed to keep and hope I draw something good, but this is rough here. At least the opponent's on 6 as well, but this does not look good to me. I'm not happy keeping this 6, but I just don't want to go to 5. They kept 6 as well. All right. Best case scenario, a draw a Thraben or just something to do here. Faeries here. Okay, well, I'm just going to play some Skyfishers for no value, which does really suck, but that's all I got. Oh no. Not like this. Okay. Ash Barrens, Mountain Bolt, Skyfisher. No. At least I resolved the first Skyfisher. I'm not getting hit with a ninja here. I wonder if this is mono blue Fae. We don't know because they're playing snow-covered islands, which is why you have to play snow-covered islands, in my opinion. I don't want to bounce another land, but I think I'm supposed to. It means I likely don't have a play next turn, but I mean, otherwise I'm bouncing a Skyfisher. Could do that, but I think that this is what I want to do against a blue deck. Just get Skyfishers down. Oh my god, did I just not play a land? Oh no, I did. Oh my god, I almost just like got so scared there. It's because I had to replay the land. I didn't miss a land, right? Yeah, I had to play the forest. Oh my god, I just got so scared. Let's just attack with 1. We're gonna need to draw an Ash Barrens, a mountain, an abundant growth, or something, but I don't want to get ninja'd here, so I'll just stay back with 1 Skyfisher. Getting ninja'd would be pretty bad. There's another Faeries here. It looks like they might have a counterspell, but maybe not much else. Man, now I'm like questioning myself, like, am I hitting my land drops? But I just had to bounce 2 lands. Okay, there's abundant growth. Nice. So let's just go play forest, play abundant growth, see if I get spell stutter spray here. They do. That's bad for me. There's nothing I could have really done. I wonder if I'm supposed to not attack with anything. If they have a snap or something, I might just get wrecked. I think I'm supposed to just wait. I can do pretty well in the long game here. We'll see if they get swamp or mountain. Okay, there's a Packmate. I'm just going to cast that. All right, Visionary, not a bad draw. I'm just going to not attack again. They're probably going to get mountain and be able to kill one of my Skyfishers. And I still want to be able to block this. Yeah, okay, it's just blue-red Fae. I think actually I've played blue-red Fae twice with this list, and I think I've beaten it both times. I think it's a reasonable matchup for us, but it could. I think I'm actually 1-1 against it, and it could. I was about to say it can certainly go either way. Blue-red Fae is just such a strong deck. They don't have any removal spells, at least that they want to play yet. What they do, they put 2 bottom. They just don't have any gas. So weird. Okay, there's an Ash Barrens. I have nothing I can do here, so I'm gonna play Forest and then pass the turn, and then Ash Barrens for Mountain, and then just probably play a boarding party on my next turn. I could have attacked with Packmate there as well, bolt a Skyfisher and then untap, bolt another Skyfisher. Should have attacked with Packmate. That was bad. I was just thinking, okay, I don't want to attack with my Skyfishers again, but I forgot about my Packmate. I should have sent in. It actually could cost me the match, or the game at least. We'll see. I don't think they would have gone for triple block, so it was kind of a free 3 damage. They go Ponder. Do they shuffle? They choose to not shuffle. Put 2 cards on top, and then they're not going to crack wilds, and they don't kill this. Interesting. I don't think going for Commodore is good, but I think going for Boarding Party is fantastic. Nice. There we go. Finally found a red source and an abundant growth. Okay, not the best draw, but it's fine. Another Packmate. Everything draws a card, huh? I think I want to keep Skyfisher back because if they want to bolt this, they're not bolting this. Abrade that, okay. Then double block this, or not. I missed out on 3 damage though, which again might be huge. They only have 2 cards left. Okay, they're gonna double block the Visionary. I'm totally fine with this. Just the fact that I get to play another Boarding Party next turn and they have 2 cards in hand. I have 4 cards in hand. Again, everything draws cards in this deck. And we didn't even get value out of these Skyfishers. Okay, well, now if they have Ninja, this could be bad. Because they get to go Ninja this and then have this up for 2. Yep. Guess that was the reason. No, obviously I should have attacked, yeah. And that's 17, so wow, they tap out for Augur rather than leaving up Spellstutter Sprite? That does not seem right to me. They find a Scred, okay. It's just Boarding Party. They're gonna have to likely chump here. NACATL is a good draw, actually. Get to attack with both, just put so much pressure on. Then I'll just play a Highland Forest. They chump, and then they can Scred this next turn, but that means they're not... I guess they can Scred this, hit with Ninja, but then I still have a Boarding Party in play. They Scred the Boarding Party. Did they deal with the NACATL? No. Yeah, NACATL will just... Even though I just like cascaded into a 1-drop, it's still like big enough that it's solid. Right, there's Tapland. I think I'm going to start by casting Packmate. See if it resolves. Does. Nice. There's an Ash Barrens. Now I think we're going to attack with both, see how they block, and then I'm just going to play Commodore no matter what, because deploying a 5-2 trample to this board seems great to me. And I think if they had a counterspell, they would have countered this. They're just chumping NACATL. This deck is pretty sweet. I think this is much better than my other Zubru. There's no way they have a counter when they didn't kill this. I get to draw a card, and it's a bolt. Nice. Preordain. I mean, Ponder Preordain is scary, but also I will talk about one Modern Horizons 2 spoiler is Abundant Harvest is Abundant Harvest, is it? Yeah, Abundant Harvest, the 1-mana green cantrip, is very, very good. And I will definitely be playing it in decks like this in Pauper. They don't take the Monarch either? What? Well, unless they're going to go chump chump, they're going to be dead here. So I could have played Packmate pre-combat to see what I draw, or I could bolt something here, but they're going to go to 1. Okay. Let's go Packmate. They just concede. Yeah, just too much value. We really just outvalued them, and Skyfisher just held down the early game. We got some good sideboard here. I think I want these 5, and that's it. Commodore is pretty sketchy in this matchup because generally they do have a bunch of flyers. They just their draw seemed pretty awkward. Like they didn't have answers to my Skyfishers earlier, and a lot of people play 4 Scred, 2 Bolt, 2 Abrade, but on the 4 Bolt, 4 Scred life in that deck. I think I can just side out Commodore, even though it is pretty good. It's just like they have so many ways to just fly over and take the Monarch and answers to Skyfisher that I don't love it. Can just do this. Can also board out 2 Visionaries. Can board out 2 Thrabins. I think I'm just gonna go 1/1. Just board out Commodore. Is Commodore worth it? I could board out like 1 more Visionary and play 1 Commodore. Sure. Hits hard. I have a bunch of removal. I have like 4 Bolt, 4 Scred, 3 Pyroblast. That's so much. All right, I'll keep this. This looks good, actually. Looks a little clunky, but looks like a really solid hand. Delete Tree Line, and then I can play Abundant Growth. I can even play it with Scred up to play around Spellstutter Sprite. So if they go to Spellstutter, there's I have to just Scred the Spellstutter. Oh, it just resolves. Okay, sure. Pass. Frantic Inventory, sure. I'm kind of off the Frantic Inventory life in Blue Red Fae at the moment. I do like it and it is strong, but I think it's better just to play like Monarch cards and play more action spells and just not kind of durdle with Frantic Inventory. Faeries here. Okay, let's let them scry and then I'll bolt it. I guess I could Scred it because Bolt kills pretty much everything in their deck unless they have like a random Spiral. So let's Scred that. And then I get to go play Core Skyfisher, replay Abundant Growth, which is just so nice. So I can go play Forest, white, white, Skyfisher. I'd rather resolve Skyfisher than Llanowar Visionary here as well. It's essentially 3 mana, 2/3 flying draw card. So good. Okay, this is looking great. Can just keep playing Skyfishers that actually draw me cards here. I can at least I can't stop counter spells, but even if they counter the first Skyfisher, I can just play another one next turn. So good. Start just by attacking, and then I'll just try to play a Skyfisher. See if it gets countered. It does. Okay, well now I can go Forest, play another one, bounce the Abundant Growth, and I don't get to replay it, but it's still really good. This is just looking fantastic here. Faeries here, okay. I mean, I have a lot of bolts and Screds, which I think makes this matchup a lot better. It's hard for them to get ninja set up, assuming I can like function with my mana. I don't think there's a reason to bolt right now because of Spell Stutter Spray. So I think I start by attacking actually with both. And then maybe I'll start with Abundant Growth. Oops. That was a weird double click there. It's Abundant Growth. Because then if they go for Spell Stutter in response, I would be fine to kill both Faeries and not get blown out by Spell Stutter. Okay, now let's go NACATL. Just play a nice little 3/3. Wow, they held back on Spell Stutter. Okay, so now I just get to go bolt this and then Scred the Spell Stutter and then resolve my NACATL. Play a tap land. And then I'm 1 mana off this boarding party as well. This honestly has been a fantastic showing of this deck. This has like been incredible. Draws are not usually this strong. But I mean, we're just like beating up Blue Red Fae here. I'm far enough ahead now I can just attack with all, not worry about ninja, I think. Because if I stay back with one, it's likely they're going to have a red removal spell for it anyway. Might as well just attack with all. I think I can lead on a visionary safely here. Alright, let's attack with all and then just deploy another NACATL. I'm going to be tapping out for boarding party next turn. Bolt one of them. Maybe bolt... Oh, Scred the NACATL, sure. Their draws have just been pretty awkward. NACATL just being such a cheap card that's actually a real threat. It's just the one power makes such a big difference compared to Curd Ape. They do have Spire Golems, multiple. That's so interesting. Okay, let's just go boarding party. Might be able to just attack with everything here. Maybe I draw a Scred off this. Bolt. That's good enough. I could just attack with all. If they double block like a Skyfisher or something here, that's fine. Then I probably just kill them. Chump and then double. Oh, then just block. Okay. So they're taking 5, and then I get to kill one Spire Golem here. And then they're going to have trouble getting out of this, I think. They only have one card left. They just concede, yeah. Nice. Just stomped my favorite deck in Blue-Red Fae. They're going deep on the Spire Golem for an inventory tech, but that's pretty cool. GG's. Fun to play against somebody who I mean, maybe I've played against Nichols once, but I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's go get into Tart, the Mono Blue Master. We're gonna get crushed. We've played against this opponent many times. They are generally on Mono Blue Fae, but I know they play a bunch of different decks. They play like a fair amount of like streamlined monocolor decks, and recently some like blue black Fae as well. Check to play first. Yes. This hand actually looks great. I can just lead on Treeline, then play like a 3/3 NACATL on turn 2. Yep, Mono Blue Fae. Okay, well I can just kill this now and play a 3/3 NACATL. Let's go. 3/3 NACATL is good in this matchup. These draws have been really good. I don't have any more removal, but I can draw some cards. Play some more stuff. So this is looking good. I wonder if they're just going to pass with spells that are up. I honestly might just not play anything if that's the case. If they don't play something at this point, maybe I don't play anything either. Okay, they're going to play a snap right now? Interesting. There's a Scred. Okay, I can play around a Spell Stutter Sprite, just not a counter spell. Why don't I go Forest, NACATL? Because I can play a bunch of spells here. I can use my mana for sure. Okay, so I get to Scred this. So the Scred was a fantastic draw. And the 3/3 NACATL just is really good here. And I get to resolve a Thraben as well. Nice. This draw has been awesome. Wow, they just did nothing? I get to draw. I drew a Bolt, which is great. Start by attacking. Hit for 4. They're stuck on 2 mana. It's abundant growth here. We get to blow them out twice. Yeah, they've just had an awkward draw against our all. I mean, we have so many removal spells that, wow, it really helps us against Fae. I'm telling you, the deck is not usually this good. And I mean, we're not even guaranteed to win this game by any means. We are really far ahead though. Yes, we don't have any cards, but we have a clue and we have 7 power. First, their 2 lands, bottom, bottom, and they concede, yeah. 1 mana, 3/3, too much. Wild NACATL really showing its dominance here. I mean, it's not dominant, but it's really showing its strength. It's really showing what it can do, and the art is sick. So it's just such a sweet card, honestly. Really good design. Love it. All right, let's just do this. Pyroblast Cannonade, and I think I want to do a similar sideboard. I think they have even more small flyers with mono blue Fae compared to blue red. So I'd rather just side out Commodore and then just go like this. I could side out double Visionary and keep the Thrabins, but Visionary at least trades with Ninja. And I like just having 3/3, I think. Yep, let's go. 4 Bolt, 4 Scred, 3 Pyroblast. It's a lot. We can't cast any red spells, but I'm still going to keep this hand. They mulligan to 6. Yeah, they just got stuck on two lands there. I think that was the real problem for them. See if they go to 5 or if they keep 6. We have a lot of good draws here, though. Island Preordain. Do I run out NACATL or do I run out the Raven? I feel like resolving NACATL is better. Ooh, Highland Forest. It's tempting to play that on turn 1, but I think I'd rather resolve NACATL through spells better. I don't get to play. Maybe I don't get to play anything on 2. Probably just playing Highland Forest. Attack for 2. Don't really want to play into Spell Stutter Sprite anyway. Snap? Oh, they're... What? Oh, they're going to ninja me. Okay. Well, this is fine. I mean, maybe I should have played Highland Forest on 1. Wow, what? Man. Tap land costs us here. What a play from them. Flash and Spell Stutter. That was like a Restoration Angel. To say that. Okay, that's good. Let's see. I think I want to play Plains, play Thraben Inspector, and then play NACATL. All right, so that gets countered. I can't break it up with Scred because they have another fairy, but I can play a 3/3. I wonder if I'm supposed to bolt something right now while they only have 1 mana up. I feel like yes. I'm going to just do it. I mean, I can play a Visionary next turn, and if I draw another land, I can Boarding Party pretty soon here. They don't have a ninja here. Do they? No. This is still looking reasonable, though. I can just not attack with NACATL. Alright, let's just lead on. Visionary, definitely not playing Abundant Growth into Spell Stutter Sprite. See if they have Counterspell. They have Spell Stutter and two other cards. They do have a counter. Wow. Okay. I can't play Boarding Party now, but I can just pass. Hope for no snap here. They're a little bit flooded. They just do nothing. Okay. Land. Scred. I'll take a Scred. They do have a Spell Stutter Sprite, so definitely got to watch out, but I'm just going to stay back. Wonder if I go for Boarding Party or go for Scred end of turn. I don't think that's good. Just keep waiting. Visionary, okay. That'll get me to Boarding Party. And so will that. Nice. I'm just gonna not attack again. Do have spread as well. I think it's safer to just not attack. I just really don't want to get hit by Ninja in this matchup. No Spire Golems from them, huh? Nothing? They must... What can they have? They can have... Don't think they can really have Mutagenic. They can have multiple Spell Stutter Sprites, I guess. Another Visionary. It's tempting just to tap Visionary to play Boarding Party. It kind of telegraphs my line. But I think it's worth it. I'm going to do it. Leave up Scred here. Hopefully not hit a 1-drop. I did, but this might work out if they don't have double Spell Stutter. Which I feel like they're going to have. Blue Blast, okay. Well, at least they didn't Blue Blast a Boarding Party. An attack for 6. They take 6. Okay. I still have a NACATL just brickwalling their Ninja. NACATL again showing its strength here. Do they have a second Ninja? Maybe that's what they have. Yeah. This is still looking reasonable though. So they have a Spell Stutter in hand. They have 4 cards now. I wish this deck could play like a couple Ninjas as well. I guess you could, but that's super greedy. Delver, they have Spell Stutter plus Blank in hand. Let's just go Forest, Visionary. I probably should have not played Forest because I could draw a tap land that I want to play. Abundant Growth. Then they just Spell Stutter that. Wonder if I just attack. I could attack with Visionary plus Boarding Party, or I could attack with all 3 and just put the pressure on them. And yes, they might get a Ninja hit in, but I'm putting so much pressure on their life total. I'm gonna actually do it. I feel like they have to make like some decent blocks here. This is just so much pressure. Boarding Party is just too big. They trade, wow. They go to 3. Am I going to lose this game somehow? I'm not going to play Abundant Growth into Spell Stutter Sprite, that's for sure. They don't run out Spell Stutter. I shouldn't have 6. Wow, they have Dispel. Okay, it's fine. I'm at 15 still. So if they just want to hit with Delver, it's fine. They're probably just going to trade it for a Boarding Party. They're at 3. Packmate. They could have a counter spell, I suppose. They're saying GG's. Naya midrange, too much for mono blue. GG's Tart. That's probably the easiest match I've ever had against Tart. Tart is such a good player. See what I would have drawn off this. Just tap land into Packmate, into Thraben, that's a redraw, into Skyfisher, that's a redraw, Pyroblast. Yeah, I mean, I think this matchup is reasonable for us. We drew incredibly well. We've drawn incredibly well all league, which is why we're 2-0-4-0. So nice. Let's go round 3. I'll see you there. All right. 2-0-4-0 with Zoo midrange, Naya midrange. Let's go. Would you like to play first? Yes. Not going to mulligan this hand. This hand looks great. 1 mana 1/1. That will be a 2/2 on turn 2, and then play another one. And looks good. Also can unlock my burn spells here. Core Skyfisher. It's actually another fine draw. Just gonna play another 2/2. See, even like when these are 2/2s, it's like, imagine like Stomby, like you're fine with playing Nettle Sentinels and stuff. Like 1 mana 2/2 is still reasonable. Thermal Alchemist. Okay, well that's gonna die. Wow, drawing Mountain was such a good draw. So I think I'm gonna go. It wasn't a plains for these, but it's still pretty good. Let's go mountain, spread this. I guess I can abundant growth first. Abundant growth, draw. I wonder if I would have played that. Probably. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have played land. That might have been a mistake. Because now I guess I can still Skyfisher next turn anyway. This game is looking good. I can just bolt another creature they play, and I'm just kind of clocking them. And next turn I make 2 3/3s. These NACATLs are showing up today. Curse of the Pierced Heart. I wonder if I just bolt them. I mean, maybe. My mana's going to be pretty tight. I bolt them down to 11 and then attack for 6 and then attack for 6 again. I think I'm going to bolt them. They're going to have to chump if they play a creature, I think. I'm at 17 still, going to 16 off curse. It's possible I could die, but I think bolting them is actually fine. Like, if anything, they're going to have to bolt one of my NACATLs. Attack for 6 here now. Because I could have attacked for 6 last turn, which may have made the difference in this game, but I think we're still likely to win anyway here. Needle drop me, draw a card, so they have to kill me here. Core Skyfisher, bounce growth, replay growth. Okay. They have to kill 2 of my creatures to survive, or play a chump blocker plus another creature, or chump blocker plus a removal spell. Chain Lightning, a NACATL, sure. Also, still do have 3 bolts in the deck that I could draw. Chain Lightning the other NACATL, sure. It's going to be hard for them to kill me at this point, too. Still have this sitting here. Go to 14. That's not what you want to do as the burn player. Okay. I mean, it's not like it's... It's just like generally you want to be pointing burn spells at face is what I'm trying to say. Just lead on a cast Packmate. The NACATLs just give you this good early game, and then you still have a good late game in boarding party. Speaking of, so now again they have to kill me here, and it's unlikely they're going to be able to do so after they spent double Chain Lightning on my creatures. Because I'm really going to kill them next turn. Fatality. Finish him. Just tap out for Skewer and then bolt my Packmate. Oh, then Fire Blast Packmate. Okay. Which Fatality should we do? Alright, which finishing move should we do? I guess we can only do one, and let's cast this. They don't even want to see the Cascade. They're just disgusted with our draw. It was Visionary into Visionary. Yep. All right. This should be another good matchup. At least another reasonable matchup. I think our biggest enemy with this deck is our own mana base. Okay, I can bring in 1 Ray Revelation because it can just 2-for-1 their curses. It's honestly not a bad way to go. If I Cascade into it, it's bad, but I think I like cutting some number of boarding parties because they cost 6 mana, which is just like infinite, basically. Also, Thravens and Visionaries both don't really do anything. I guess I'm just going to go cut 1/1 like usual. Boarding Party just costs so much mana. I really like Commodore in this matchup. It's just a good way to just come down, take the Monarch. A lot of times I can just kill all their creatures. So I don't really care about, like, there's no threat of them taking the Monarch a lot of times. This looks fine. Siding out 1 Thraben is fine with this. I mean, it's not really even a matchup where we need to get value out of this necessarily. Sometimes bouncing a land and making a mana can be good with Skyfisher as well in these type of matchups. So just side out some of the expensive stuff and a couple boarding parties, and yeah, this looks great. We're on the draw though, but we do have Weather the Storm. They mulligan to 6. Keep the 5-0 Dream alive with this. Well, I can't kill that yet. So I'm going to take a hit off of it. Just get my white source down, my tap land down. I can kill the Lover on our next turn, which I'm likely going to do. I can just kill it and deploy Thraben. So they play double burn spell here, attack for 2. It's the classic start with that deck. All right, I'm at 14 and they have 3 cards in hand. Abundant Growth. I do like Abundant Growth because it just gives me a free storm for this. Just kill your thing, play a Thraben, go. I would love to Weather the Storm, gain 9 at least. Not sure if I'm going to be able to. Like, I can go Scred that. Foretell Packmate this turn. I mean, is there any chance I die? What if they go Mountain, Bolt, 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 Fire Blast? That's 9, 13 damage, so that's not even lethal. Okay. So I think I'm going to go land, kill this, foretell this, and then I set up for a nice Weather the Storm next turn. I could have just left Weather the Storm up instead of foretelling this, but I like this line. Because I can lead Abundant Growth next turn, and then always just cast Weather the Storm if I don't find another thing to do. Bolt me and then pass. I probably want to just make sure to weather this turn so I don't die. Okay, I draw land. Perfect. So now I can Weather the Storm, gain 9. So I go Abundant Growth, my Forest, draw. Then I'll play a Thraben Inspector, and then I'll Weather the Storm, gain 9, and I wouldn't be surprised if my opponent concedes to that. They have 3 cards left. I mean, they might play it out, but it's looking bad for them. Thraben. This deck is functioning so well this league. Gain 9. Weather the Storm is just insane against burn when they like bolt your face, lava spike your face, and then you're just like 1 2-mana spell, gain 9 life. Just counter like 3 spells that you played. I say that and then maybe I still lose this game, but it's looking great. I have a Packmate, I have a Visionary, can keep drawing cards, I have 2 clues. I'm just basically never going to run out of gas, and now I can start deploying threats here. Yeah, Weather the Storm, gain 9, they just bolted me, they bolt me again, and then they played 3 spells, dealt me 9, and 1 spell I played gained me 9. It's just Packmate, draw. It's pretty aggressive to just fire off the removal spells like that. But yeah, I don't think they're going to win by killing my creatures either, so. Abundant Growth. Should I crack Clue? I guess that's better than Abundant Growth. Because it uses my mana more efficiently. And if I draw a tap land, I want to play it now, so I want to draw a card now. Nice. Back for 2. And then I can just keep playing spells and drawing cards. Llanowar Visionary and Packmate were also great additions to the Pauper format, I think. Packmate especially, it's just like gives the green decks some more like a little more card advantage and a nice body. Let's just lead Packmate here because 3/3. And then just play an Abundant Growth. If I don't draw anything. Now we got the Wolf Pack. Let's go. Nice. I guess I could have cracked Clue here as well. But I guess I could draw a 1-drop. No. I can just play 2 Visionaries next turn. They've only drawn 2 lands, but we have 2 cards left. I'm at 14. I'm going to 11. I could still die here. I can kill a curse with this Ray of Revelation. Maybe they even sided out curse. Who knows? Boarding party. Let's go. Boarding party is just such going to weather the storm. Sure. 3060. Come on, I want my 5-0 with another brew. That's sick. Let's see you in round 4. All right, welcome to round 4. We're undefeated here, and this hand looks great. Let's keep. Island Faeries here. Island Preordain happens all the time. Basic Island Preordain. Is it blue-black Fae? 5 space, huh? Wonder if I lead Abundant Growth in order to Skyfisher on 2. I mean, my NACATL's only a 1/1 at this point. I can lead NACATL and then turn 2 Growth plus Tree Line, or I can try to set up a turn 2 Skyfisher. I think I like the turn 2 Skyfisher better, honestly. They probably think we're Boggles at this point. Turn 2 Skyfisher, turn 3 NACATL plus something. I think I'm actually going to play NACATL plus tap land here. Then I don't play around Spell Stutter Sprite. Alright. Let's just jam. If they have counter, they have counter. Okay, nice. Yeah, I just wanted to play around Spell Stutter Sprite. Most of all. Frantic Inventory. This is maybe just mono blue Fae. No. Okay, it's like it's blue green like mill basically, like blue green fogs. I don't think they have Spell Stutter Sprite. I'm just gonna play another Skyfisher here. Maybe now I play NACATL plus tap land. I mean, NACATL hits harder even than Skyfisher here, and it allows me to play a tap land. So I like it. Start deploying these tap lands. This matchup might be kind of rough for us, honestly. They didn't have another Frantic Inventory or AK. Yeah. Okay. Pretty sure I know exactly what deck this is. All right, let's just go Tree Line, hit for 5. We're putting on a lot of pressure. I mean, we're just mid-ranging them here. Doing exactly what we do. Skyfisher, no counterspell? Okay, they don't have a counter. I mean, we're not like being super aggressive, but we're doing our mid-range thing here. Bolt. Bolt is good. So we can hit for 7. So we have a turn 2 clock. They're gonna have to start fogging here, which at least takes up their mana. But they can probably fog for a while. Because our draw wasn't actually that aggressive. I don't really like facing this matchup. I don't really like seeing this matchup here. Cynic Growth Chamber bounced the green source. Interesting. Desert not really doing anything against our high toughness, our Naya big stuff. Can't deploy Boarding Party this turn, but I can next turn. They discard Arcane Denial. Okay, now I'm sure of what deck they're on. Just going to attack. I'm going to bolt them because I don't think they play creatures. Then play a tap land, pass. And I'm going to just bolt them end of turn. And they're going to have to start fogging next turn. AK draw 1. They could also have Weather the Storm. They go to 8, but I bolt them. So I'm gonna make them fog here. Just wait till their end step. Don't know if it matters, but it could. So they probably play 4 Moments Peace for Weather the Storm, but sometimes they play some number of like fog and other stuff like that. Okay, well now I just want to attack and play Commodore because I'm already presenting lethal here. So they're gonna fog, probably Moments Peace me. Then I take the Monarch, which should be pretty strong. Yeah. Tangle. Okay, I was kind of worried about that, but that's okay. Let's go Mountain, Commodore. They have a counter? They do. Okay. Nice art on that for sure. I'm still presenting lethal as a boarding party. So they're going to have to keep fogging every turn here, even though my creatures don't untap. They foretell another Behold the Multiverse. God. They probably play 4 AK, 4 Behold the Multiverse, or 4 AK, 4 Friendly Inventory, and 2 or 3 Behold the Multiverse, or even 4. But okay, let's go land boarding party. Cascade into Bolt or another creature. Not Scred. Okay, another creature is fine. Just get to draw a card here. Abundant Growth, sure. Let's attack, make them fog. They're gonna have it. Moments Peace, okay, and then they have another fog. Moments Peace is definitely a pretty annoying card. We don't really have great hate for this matchup except Pyroblast. Raven. Okay, it's a redraw. There's Behold. Bottom, bottom. That's good for me. As best as I could hope for, obviously. I probably don't want to attack with everything, but I also want to play around Weather the Storm. I think I attack with everything because I have another boarding party that I can play like later, even if they have another Tangle. So I think I do just attack with all, but probably don't play boarding party pre-combat. They have a lot of mana here. Foretell another Behold. Geez, they have just so much card advantage. All right, I'm going to just attack with everything. They probably can't survive with the Weather the Storm, so they probably have to fog. Probably just Flashback Moments Peace. It is a Tangle. Okay. Then let's just go Raven. I'll crack Clue now. Packmate. Okay, Packmate is actually good. Let's play it. And play it. If they have a Weather the Storm here, they can play a pretty massive Weather, but might even be able to beat that. They only have 4 cards left and a Behold the Multiverse Foretold. Maybe they're thinking, am I going to play Weather or am I going to play Behold here? So what do we have in the sideboard? Just Pyroblast? I guess Cleansing Wildfire can come in as well. Seen multiple Growth Chambers. And that's probably all I bring in, just the Pyroblast and the Cleansing Wildfires. Board out the Screds. Ooh, there's a win con. Maybe I do board in at least one Ray of Revelation. I usually see one copy of this in the deck. Okay, a Scred is a dead draw. Let's go land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boarding party. Into what? Into Raven? Sure. We've actually drawn more cards than them, which is pretty incredible. Attack with everything. Moment's Peace. They only have 3 cards left in hand. All right, I'll crack Clue. Abundant Growth, sure. Bolt, okay. It'll be interesting to see how much I choose to attack with here. Do they still have a Behold Foretold? They do, wow. It's gotta be a Behold the Multiverse. Our board is just massive. They've already played 2 Tangles. Stream of Thought me. See what they shuffle back in. Tangles. It's just so hard to tell. I'm not sure. I think they shuffled in more cards than just the Tangles, but they definitely shuffled the Tangles back in. Now they're going to Behold. Oh, Frantic Inventory and then Behold. Okay. Packmate, Skyfisher, Thraben, getting milled. They're at 8. They have 3 cards in hand. We draw land. All right. I definitely want to attack with enough to kill them. So I'm attacking for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, 4, 10, 14, plus 3. That's even a little bit too much. I don't know if I need to attack with this. Let's just do that. I just want to make sure to play around Tangle, basically. Moment's Peace. Behold. Okay, they might not even have a fog. Bottom, bottom. One bottom, one top. Okay. That means they're not going to die, right? Tangle. Okay. Well, played around it as much as we could. Let's go land, pass. I have 23 cards in library. I think they're going to need more fogs. They're getting to the point where they can Frantic Inventory pretty soon here. Just start by attacking with all. Do they have another fog? They do. Another Tangle. I'm attacking with like half my board, which is pretty funny. All right. Let's play Visionary. I don't know if how many copies of Weather they have main. I'm gonna play another one. Just play this. Pass. Impulse. God, they have so much card advantage. It's insane. They even have Impulse plus Chase's Erasure Nombo. I guess they don't really care about that. They just care about like making sure they can fog every turn. This is insane. Like if they have another Stream of Thought, I'm just dying to that. Really need Pyroblast in this matchup, that's for sure. I mean, I need to board out all the Screds, I think. So I probably board in Ray of Revelation, triple Pyroblast, and board out 4 Scred. Off to see the deck. Gotta get milled for 2 here. They probably find another fog. Our draw was like reasonably aggressive, but it wasn't like enough. It wasn't fast enough. It's not like a mono green stompy draw. We were just like playing Skyfishers and drawing cards and playing out a NACATL here and there. It wasn't like really fast enough. When they played Island Preordain on 1, I kind of put them on Fae. And this is a matchup I find that's really not that fun because it just takes so long every time. 2 more Beholds. Jeez. This is going to be like the 5th one they've cast, yeah. Just attack. Moment's Peace. Jesus. I have 14 cards in library, so I don't have much time. Now they cast 2 Beholds, and that should do it. I don't think we're going to have any outs to win here. They did their thing. They don't want to cast this? Why not? They just don't want to die to like triple bolt or something, but I already have 2 bolts here. Not sure. Just attack here. Flashback Moment's Peace. I have 10 cards in library. Probably just going to die to a Stream of Thought, honestly. Is my guess. Maybe they only have 2, though? AK, mill me for 2 down to 8, and then did they cast Behold here? The 5th Behold of the game. Yep. Because they shuffled those back in with the Stream of Thought. All right, I go to 6 cards in the library, then down to 5. There's my boarding party's gone. I could find out what's left in my deck, but I just don't really care. Preordain, maybe looking for Stream of Thought. Hopefully looking for Fog. 1 bottom, 1 top. It's not good for me. I have 4 cards in library. Am I just going to be dead? Just Stream of Thought me, maybe? Did not think I would be losing to mill here, but we still have games 2 and 3. All right, that's game. Because they can mill me for 1, and then I draw a card, then they mill me for 1, fog, and then I die. Brutal. I'll just let them take time off the clock, I guess. It does matter, so I'd rather play optimally here in the 3-0 bracket, try to do well here. Frantic Inventory, mill me for 2, mill me for 3, and then I die on my upkeep. Sure. Good game. They were successfully able to fog every single turn for so many turns. Oh, and I want Cleansing Wildfire as well. I think 1 Ray of Revelation is worth. Bolt is honestly not great. I could have a 2nd Ray of Revelation just because if it gets milled, it's actually pretty good for me. They only have one erasure and they might not even have it post board. I think this is fine. I wonder, I think they might board into Serpentine Curve. We'll see. But I have Pyroblast to answer that. I have Cleansing Wildfire for their bounce lands. And I just am going to play creatures and then try to Pyroblast their blue spells and stop them from drawing cards. That's the game plan. Let's go game 2. All right. Game 2 here. Let's keep this slow hand, even though it's not great. I'm probably just foretelling Packmate on 2. Then I can put more power into play on turn 3. Like then on turn 3, I can just go cast Packmate plus cast Thraben. Seems good to me. Oh, I can foretell a card too. Let's go. What you got, 5 space? Counterspell? No. An erasure already. Wow. Okay. Just put 4 power into play. It's not the most aggressive clock, but again, our deck is more mid-rangey, more about drawing cards, and it's kind of like what our opponent's deck thrives on. So they still have erasure post board. There's a Cleansing Wildfire. That would have been so sick to mill the one Ray of Revelation, the first mill. Been like, oh, nice erasure, huh? I'll probably board in the second Ray of Revelation for game 3. Okay. Let's attack for 4. I wonder if I just play Visionary plus tap land. That puts the most power into play, because if I go Skyfisher, bounce Thraben, tap land, I only add 1 power to the board. And I want to play a tap land this turn. Okay. I'll take the Ray anytime. Whenever you want to hit it, I'm down. There's Pyroblast. Okay, that is good. That is good. Let's start by attacking with everything. Desert doesn't really do anything yet. Then I do kind of want to leave up Pyroblast and just ignore this and just counter like a draw spell. Just go Skyfisher, bounce Thraben. I don't want to bounce a land. I don't want to bounce a clue, so I'm just going to bounce this. I think I'm going to not recast. I think I'm just going to leave up Pyroblast. I don't know if adding 1 power to the board really matters. They can draw 1, that's fine. Now is when I wish they would mill my Ray. Okay, not so lucky. I also need to draw any untapped land for these boarding parties, which isn't super relevant. No green mana, wow. Foretell a Behold, sure. Let's crack this. Boarding party, okay. Wow, ooh, I could have just played a boarding party here. I don't even know if that's better. I think leaving up Pyroblast is honestly better. And they're just going to kill the Visionary, that's fine. Let's just go Thraben, crack Clue right now, and then play NACATL. Okay. Still have Pyroblast up, and I'm fine just letting Erasure sit there. Again, I'd rather counter draw spells. Now they're gonna go forest, probably leave up fogs. Yep. Now they always start fogging out at the last moment. Okay, I'm gonna counter this. I know I can kill this, but I want to stop them from drawing cards. Hydroblast, okay. I do have 2 bolts left in my deck as well. No Ray of Revelation yet. I'm sure they have fog though. Let's go land. Boarding party. Into Commodore, that's good. I want to draw more cards, it's for sure. So if they weather, I've cast 2 spells here, so they go to 9. So I need to present at least 9 damage. I guess I can also attack with Skyfisher. Yeah. I don't want to attack with Thraben because it dies to deserts. Moment's Peace or Tangle? They have Tangle, okay. I'm going to play the Thraben now. Then F6. If I can win this game, the clock could end up mattering. I mean, I am getting slowly milled out by that erasure. I have an answer somewhere in my deck. There's another Pyroblast. They concede the game to save time. They didn't have another fog. Okay. Definitely need to be playing around Tangle when you play against these fog decks. It's like massive. It's absolutely massive. Because if I had attacked with everything and then I don't have lethal on the next turn, I mean, I still had this, but in general, you want to attack for just enough to play around Weather the Storm and Tangle, because it really does matter. Nice. Do I want another Ray of Revelation? They probably only have like one thing. I could just keep the one. Maybe they have multiple erasures and I want multiple rays. I mean, Bolt is not great, but it is nice to have some number of Lightning Bolt. And I think I do want Cleansing Wildfire. Let's just run it back. Game 3 against Blue Green Mill. Let's go. Let's keep. This hand actually looks pretty good. So I get to play out a turn 1 NACATL, which is good pressure. It's going to be interesting also because do I play Highland Force to make it a 2-2 or do I foretell the Packmate? Okay, well, they go desert. I think that makes it a pretty easy forest here, Highland Forest, rather than snow-covered forest, that is. So I want to start attacking ASAP here. They AK, sure. I think they were dead, which is why they conceded, not because they wanted to save time. They've been playing pretty fast, which you have to do with that deck. Wow. They don't have another land? Do I want to... They don't have another land. Wow. Do I want to foretell Packmate? Or do I want to play a Visionary? Foretell Packmate plus tap land is reasonable. I think playing Visionary is better. This also can make mana if I need it to. They go down to 17. They might just be dead if they don't hit lands. That deck really does need to hit its land drops. Boarding party, nice. I can play that pretty early off this Visionary. Another desert. I can actually just Cleansing Wildfire one of those. Ooh, Commodore? I think I'd rather just Commodore no attack. It's kind of weird, but it puts 5 power into play. And I get to get the Monarch, start drawing cards. I guess they could have Arcane Denial, but then they would have to tap Desert as well. If they let this resolve, it's just so much power and the Monarchy, which is why I really like Shrek. All right, no attacks. I don't want them to just get a free kill on this NACATL. Untapped land, and I can boarding party as early as next turn. I need white dual land, and my NACATL becomes a 3/3, which is nice. Okay, well, boarding party coming down. And it's going to be hard for them to fog plus desert here, especially if they miss land drop again, which they do, and they just discard 2 cards. That's pretty unlucky. I'd definitely rather do this than just cleansing wildfire or anything. What is it? Ray of Revolution? Okay, well, I can't cast it. I think I can attack with everything. Yes, they can kill this, but then they are taking like so much damage that I think it's worth. Because for Desert to work, you actually have to take the damage first. All right, well, they Moment's Peace. I draw a card. They're going to be able to Moment's Peace every turn. I don't think I need to Cleansing Wildfire. I think I can just start by attack with everything. I guess I don't need to attack with Llanowar Visionary. They're at 18 here. Let's see. I guess I'll just attack with everything. We're gonna flashback Moment's Peace. Okay. Let's just cast Packmate. Drawing so many cards off Monarch, which is actually pretty nice because I'm drawing towards my like Pyroblasts and stuff. Abundant Growth here, and I've already played, I think I already played all land, yeah. Okay. Yeah, now drawing towards Pyroblasts is really good. They discarded double Stream of Thought. Wow. Triple Desert, sure. Wonder if I even just Cleansing Wildfire at Thornwood Falls. That doesn't really do anything, so I don't think so. I feel like I do want to save it for their bounce land, because then that sets them back a lot of mana the turn I do that. I can always just boarding party this turn. Like, I don't care about the deserts really killing one of my things. Oh, Pyroblast, that is great. Let's go. I guess I leave that one up. Boarding party into Pyroblast. Let's not cast it. Missing on these cascades, but it's not like super important. Probably just gonna fog here. Ooh, I should have played around Tangle. I guess I can't really. They're still at 18. Weather the Storm, gain 6. Because I didn't cast a spell off boarding party. That's funny. They go to 24. They just still die. Second, Weather the Storm. Okay. This is fine, actually. This is much better for me than Tangle. They go to 33, and then they get hit down to 8. And then I just pass Pyroblast available. Double Pyroblast. Nice, that was a good draw. Especially considering we just cascaded and put one on the bottom. I'm going to counter pretty much any blue spell they try to play right now. Maybe not a Jace's Erasure, but I think they're dead. Just unfortunate draws there for them game 3, it looks like. Okay, they have the Dispel, but can they survive? I don't think so. They're at 0 mana on their turn. Bottom, I think concede. They have actual fog. They can see. Nice. 4-0. Beat Blue Green Mill. I want the 5-0 with the Naya Brew. Let's go. See you in round 5. All right, of course, they couldn't make it easy on us. We have to face Tart in round 5, going for the trophy. And I assume they're just on their next league of mono blue. Oh man. Luckily we have a pretty decent hand here. We have tap lands, but Wild NACATL seems like the card we want in this matchup. Just because, I mean, if they have Spell Stutter right here, it's gonna be rough, but I think I'm just jamming at this point. Wild NACATL, just because it's a cheap threat that's like a big thing to do, I think it is good. If we get Spell Stuttered, we get Spell Stuttered, but yep. Counter spell. Okay, so no Spell Stutter, that's good. Because Spell Stutter into Ninja is like worst case scenario here. They go Preordain. I think I need to go Abundant Growth into NACATL. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Miscreant Delver, okay. Okay, we hit a land. It's actually huge. Now I think I'm going to go for Packmate plus Wild NACATL. I could resolve a core Skyfisher here, but it seems better to play that after Abundant Growth. Could also get 2 Abundant Growths down and NACATL. I can also go Abundant Growth into Skyfisher. So that's just better than resolving NACATL. It might be. Because I get flying blockers, and if they just flip Delver and just attack with Delver, I can just trade. I actually like it. I'm actually going to do it. Because this holds off their other fairies, and I know for a fact that they don't play many spells to flip Delver, but of course there's one, and we're tight on mana as well, which sucks, but we can play around the Force Spike a little bit here. Just trade. Land. Okay, land is good. I can play around Force Spike nicely by foretelling Packmates as well. So, do I want to foretell this? Do I want to cycle this? I don't think I need to. Because I can just Abundant Growth on my Ash Barrens. Let's just play this. Play Abundant Growth here. And then play NACATL. Oh, there's a Bolt. Still think I'm going to just play NACATL. And then foretell a Packmate to play around the Force Spike that we know they have. It's really good. Packmate is really good at playing around counters, that's for sure. They only have 3 cards left, and we have a lot of gas. We're doing okay here. Even if they have a Ninja, they get 1 hidden, and then I can stop it. Are they just attacking for 2, or do they have Ninja? They do have Ninja. But this is okay, because I'm going to have 2 3/3s, and I have a Bolt here. They haven't had a Spell Stutter yet. Oh, they didn't replay anything, though. But we draw Scred. Nice. Guess I'm starting with just cast Packmate. I like this, and then leave up Bolt and Scred on their upkeep. I can like cast these. Okay, they counterspell. I can just kill both of their creatures right now, attack for 3, leave them with nothing in play. I like that. I'm gonna do it. I think this puts me pretty far ahead, and knowing about the Force Spike is just so bad for them. I mean, it was good that they flipped Delver on the first try, but still looking reasonable here. Our draws have still been going really well all league. Well, they went top, and they played a land. Okay, it's interesting. I'm going to deploy it. I'm going to start with another NACATL and then probably play a Visionary. Oh no, because I have to play around. I have to play around Force Spike here. So I guess I need to go NACATL, Abundant Growth. So if that's the case, I should just Abundant Growth now, right? And then NACATL, then Foretell Packmate to play around the Force Spike, because we know they have that, and they have one other card. Commodore. It's actually pretty good. This matchup might just be good. Might just be good for us. Our stuff is just cheap and maybe too big. It's like kind of like the Gruul thing where it's like Gruul just the creatures are too big for like the blue decks a lot of times. Okay, they have a ninja here. So that is good for them. And they went top on the Faeries here, so they're drawing another good card. But my board is solid here. Land would be good to play around Force Spike. I mean, I guess I can just always cast this for 2. Delver, okay. So that must be what they drew. I'm gonna start by casting this and then attack with both. Start by casting this. I'm just gonna continue to play around Force Spike though. Let's attack with both of these. Not really worried about a snap on the Packmate here. Tree line, go. They're at 8, so they're going to have to start blocking. Yes, they might be able to flip this, but I think it's a flip in the dark here if they do. Come on, nice. I know they only play like 18 or 19 spells. I see them post lists on Twitter, so I know pretty much exactly their list unless they've made a couple changes, but I know they generally play a really low spell count for Delver. One bottom, one top, play land. 2 cards in hand, one is Force Spike. Is it a ninja hit here? Yes, it is. But again, they're still going to have to make a lot of blocks here. I can still just like attack with everything. Their blocks aren't great, and then just play like either Commodore or Visionary. Both are really strong. And I have 3 bolts left to draw. I have 3 screds left to draw. Okay, they have a pretty big board here, but my board is pretty big too. I mean, I have all 3 threes. They have 4 spike up. They went top. Okay. Visionary. I think I start by attacking with all. I'm probably going to play Commodore, honestly. Block. Okay, they block just like that. We know about Force Spike. Yeah, let's go. Land. Commodore. Yes, they can take the Monarch from me, but this is a 5/2 trample, and I get to draw 1 card now, and I'm not going to die from their attack, so this is looking reasonable. A lightning bolt. I know their card in hand is Force Spike, so yeah, they can flip Delver. That's fine. I'd rather just kill a ninja. They concede. Wow. These NACATLs, just 3/3, too big. Nice. All right, I think I'm going to sideboard the exact same way. And I like to take out, if I haven't really explained it fully, I like to take these out because these die to Cannonade. So it's good to cut down on the number of things that die to Cannonade. Plus, Raven gets countered by Spell Stutter. Visionary is a little clunky, so it just makes sense altogether, I think, to side them out. I think it's a good move. And again, this can be good situationally. It hits really hard, but they can easily like either block it with a ninja or block it with 2 fairies, trade for it, and they can just take the Monarch in the process and then sort of lock me out of the game. So it's really risky to go for it. All right, 1 more game win for the 5-0 here. Let's go. I really want the 5-0 with this deck. That'd be sweet. Okay, snap, keep this hand. This hand is fantastic. We don't have anything good really to balance with Skyfisher yet, but it's still a good card in the matchup. I really want to set up just a nice early cannonade here. I'm going to just foretell Packmate on 2. Don't flip it. Okay. Still matters a lot. Flipping the Delver on 1, it's just like massive. Oh, they're going to Ninja the Delver. Okay. I wonder if I need to play Skyfisher here. I don't think that's worth. Okay, well, I'm going to bolt the Ninja now. I just don't want to get hit anymore. Letting them draw cards off Ninja is like the easiest way to lose this matchup. So anything you can do to stop that is worth. Okay. I mean, if I go Abundant Growth and I get Spell Stutter, I get Spell Stutter, that can just set up for a candidate, I suppose. So let's go for this. Abundant Growth into Skyfisher here. Wow, it just worked. Are we just going to win this match? Please? Counterspell. Okay, I'm fine with this. I can start casting Packmates. They don't have Force Spike, or they would have played it there for sure. Blue Elemental Blast. Okay. Counters this. Visionary. They didn't have Force Spike last turn, and they just drew Blue Blast, so we're not the Packmate. That would be incredible if they played Counterspell over Force Spike last turn. I don't think they did. There's like almost no way. They have 3 cards in hand. One of them is Blue Blast. Okay, Tree Line, that's fine. I can just play another Packmate next turn, honestly, plus tap land. Yes, I'm getting hit for 3 in the air, but if I eventually draw another red removal spell, I have 2 red removal spells. The Abundant Growth on my mountain may have just been wrong for that reason. It's attack for 3. I could play even a Visionary here, because then I can guaranteed Boarding Party next turn. Then they have to Hydroblast it. I think it's actually worth. Let's go. Could also draw a Bolt here or something. Okay, well, we drew an untapped land anyway, but I guess I could have. No, I think this is better. I was going to say I could have gone land, foretell Packmate, but I like this. We know at least 1 Hydroblast in hand. I wonder what else they have. Their draws have not been stellar. I'm getting hit down to 9. This is close. This is close. I want the 5-0. Tart always finds a way, generally. I mean, I beat them last time, but... Alright, I think what I'm doing is Boarding Party. I feel like they're going to Hydroblast it, and then I can set up for a Cannonade next turn. So let's just stick to the plan. They're going to Hydroblast this. Nice. Scred is good. Even if it's a red spell, I guess they could have double Hydroblast here, which would be fine because I have Cannonade back. Hydroblast the Scred, and then Hydroblast this too, or Counterspell. They have to have something. They can't give me a 6-3, right? There's no way. Because then I'm attacking for 11 damage this turn. Did they misclick? I feel like they tried to save their Delver. Maybe they have a snap for this Boarding Party or something? I did play a land this turn already. I guess they're deciding if they want to counter this. Of course they want to counter it, yeah. Okay, I'll attack for 5, and yeah, now I have this, which I should be able to resolve. I do need to resolve it though. They play another Delver, oh god. So it comes down to, do they have Counterspell in their hand? could just lead by playing Cannonade. I guess I can always play a Visionary to block this afterwards because I have 6 mana. So let's start by attacking with both and then just playing a Cannonade. I guess I should play around a Force Spike as their last card for both my spells by doing this. Could have done it on their upkeep, I suppose. That would have been... No, because I want to play Cannonade. Okay, they're going Mutagenic down to 5. And then I guess I get to play Packmate now to have 2 lethal creatures. So they need another Mutagenic off the top to win. And they can see the game. Hell yeah, that was sick. Fuck yeah. Got the 5-0. Nice. Got the 5-0 with Zoo Midrange. I was not expecting that. Beat Mono Blue Fae twice. Tart, great pilot. Good games, Tart, by the way. Honestly, good games. Your draws were a little bit weak compared to an average draw from Mono Blue Fae, so didn't have the Spell Stutter sprites. Understandable. But we beat Mono Blue Fae twice. Good pilot both times. We beat Blue Red Fae. We beat Blue Green Mill. What was the last one? This was Blue Green Mill. What was Sir Snake? I'm forgetting. Was it another Fae deck? I honestly can't even remember. It's so weird how that happens with matches sometimes. But yeah, I mean 5-0. Look at that. Whew, we only lost 1 game, and that was to Mill. Jeez. Yeah, the deck obviously drew better than it typically does, but that was so sick. Nice. Got the 5-0 with Wild NACATL? Are you serious? Are you serious? That was sick. Awesome. Yeah, the deck honestly felt great. Like, we just mid-ranged everyone out. Boarding Party is a hell of a card. It just really has this, like... It's a relatively expensive card, but it puts so much pressure on because of the haste and 6 power. It's, I think, a really fun addition to Pauper. Again, 21 land, pretty greedy. Again, we drew much better than average, but like we're able to draw through our deck so easily with Abundant Growth, Thraben, Core Skyfisher, Visionary, Packmate. Everything draws a card, and then our curve is pretty low considering we have 20 things that cost 1 mana. And Abundant Growth, fixing our mana, plus a lot of untapped forests, means our mana wouldn't be as bad as just a typical standard 3-color deck like Jund. Our mana is actually better than Jund because we have Abundant Growth. And the reason we play Abundant Growth, yes, for fixing our mana because we're a 3-color deck, but mostly because it works with Skyfisher, which is the main reason, like I said. But fixing your mana is important too, so kind of does double duty there. Just a little Arcum's Astrolabe. Nice. Okay, sweet. I probably wouldn't make any changes. Again, if you don't want to be greedy, cut a Boarding Party, add an extra land. You can add an extra Ash Barrens. I don't know if you want to add an extra duel. I think an extra Ash Barrens would probably be the best land, or even an Evolving Wilds or Terramorphic Expanse. But yeah, if you don't want to be greedy like me, cut a Boarding Party, add a 20-second land. But the deck felt great. That was so much fun. You gotta subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/napboard. You gotta like this video. Thank you so much. Till next time. Peace.